Hari Om. Today we will see the flow of execution in a function call. The flow of execution refers to the order in which statements are executed during a program run. As we already know, the function is called by providing the function name followed by the values being sent enclosed in the parenthesis. So here we can see the example, so how the function header is defined and how the function call is made. So function body is also a block. In Python, a block is executed in an execution frame. Generally, execution frame contains some internal information used for the debugging, name of the function, the values passed to the function, and the variables created within the function, generally called as local variables, and the information about the next instruction to be executed. So here we have an example. We have defined a function and we have written some statements in the main segment. So whenever a function call statement is encountered, an execution frame for the called function is created and the control is transferred to it. And here in our example, the function call is made here. The control is transferred to the function header and it executes all the statements in the function body. Whenever it sees the last statement of the function body or return statement, the control returns to the statement where from the function call was made. Let us understand the concept flow of execution with an example. Here we have a program to add two numbers through a function. Here we have defined a function using def keyword. The identifier followed with def keyword is the function name. So here the function name is callSum, and here we have included two variables, namely x comma y inside the parenthesis. We have two statements in the function body, one performing addition operation and second statement returning the data stored in the variable s. Coming to the main segment, we have created a variable num_y in the statement 1 which takes integer value, and in the statement 2 we have created a variable num2 and it also takes second integer value. And finally in the third statement, function call is made and values are passed to the function and the returned data is stored in the variable sum1. And in the fourth statement of the main segment, we are displaying the result with a message sum of two given numbers. Let us run the program and see the output. Let the first number be 10 and second number be 20, and finally we got sum of two given numbers is 30. So here program execution begins with def statement, but the body of the function is ignored. Next it comes to the main segment. Statement 1 is executed in the console. It takes an integer value, and next comes statement 2 gets executed in the console and it also stores integer value. Next statement 3 is a function call, hence callSum execution frame is created. The values from the main segment is passed to it. Function callSum receives the values and it stores in the variable x comma y. Now it enters into the body of the function. Now the statement 1 in the function body gets executed in the console, addition operation is performed, and it comes to the last statement of the function body. Here it is returning the value stored in the variable s. As the last statement in the function body is return yes, the value stored in the variable s is returned to the main segment and in return it is stored in the variable sum1. Next the statement 4 gets executed in the console by displaying the data stored in the variable sum1 by displaying the message sum of two given numbers is. Now we can conclude. The execution always begins with the first statement of the program. The comment lines are ignored, that is not executed, and all other the non-blank lines are executed. Whenever the Python notices a function definition, that is def statements, the Python just executes the function header line to determine that it is a proper function header, and it ignores all the statements that are there in the function body. The statements inside the function body are not executed until the function is called. A function can define another function inside it, but since the inner function definition is inside a function body, the inner definition isn't executed until the outer function is called. During the function call, Python first jumps to the function header line, that is def line, and then to the first line of the function body and starts executing it. When the control sees the last statement of the function body, it jumps back to the function call statement. A function may or may not have a return statement. If the called function doesn't return any value, then the control jumps back to the line following the function call statement. Arguments and parameters. As we know, we can pass values to the function. If you want to receive values, define variables in the function definition. If you want to send values, define variables in the function call statement. So here we have an example. We have defined a function, namely gvkcv, and here in the parenthesis we have defined two variables a comma b, and inside the function we have only one statement, that is print. And in this program we have three function calls. During first function call, we are calling the function and we are sending the two values here. So control goes here and the variables a comma b will have the values 12 comma 3, and it enters into the function. It executes the statements in the function body, and the control again returns here. Now it goes to the second function call. Here also we are sending two values, so control goes here. The variable a comma b will have values 3 comma 3. Again it enters into the function, it executes the statement and controls returns here. Now x variable is assigned with a value 5, and now the third function call is made. Here we are passing two values, control goes here. The variable a comma b will have values 5 comma 3. Python refers to the values being passed as arguments, the values being received as parameters. So arguments can also be called as actual parameters and actual argument. So parameters can be called as formal parameters or formal argument. The arguments can be of any of this form: literal, maybe a variable, or expression, but parameter should be a variable in order to store the value. So if you are passing an immutable type of data, the called function cannot alter the values. If you are passing a mutable type of data, called function can change the values.